What is up, YouTube? Today we're going to talk a little bit about modern gaming. So, if you guys have followed the channel or watched the community post, I actually made this post not too long ago. And it honestly surprised me, and I think it's going to surprise a lot of you guys. So let's go ahead and pull it up. Alright guys, so yes, I did a poll. What's your go-to game console for the modern era? Now, my speculations in the beginning were Switch and PC were going to be the top dogs. Out of 222 votes, I'm extremely surprised to say that PS5 was the top one. I can't believe it, guys. It is just nuts to me that Switch and stuff did not take the lead, especially with all the sales and all the stuff that they have and how great the library is that everybody is so obsessed with. It's just nuts to me. So I want to know in your comments below what you guys thought about that. But talking more about this, in my personal experience of what's been going on now, a few years back, I finally got a PS4 after being an Xbox gamer for many years. Ever since the 360, I was purely Xbox. I never had a Sony console after that, even though the Sony PlayStation was one of my first few consoles. I made the move to Xbox, and then we kind of all stayed from then on. But I was really just surprised at this itself, because being a gamer myself, I'm going to keep saying myself, I guess, I personally love the PS5. I love the options for backwards compatible with the PS4, which has an amazing library. I like the things that they're doing online for the most part. There is still some controversial stuff, but I have it right here because I'm going to go play some Liza P after this. But I love the controller. I love everything about it. Some of the cool mechanics they have. And for the most part, Sony did have a large library of exclusive games for the longest time. But we know nowadays that stuff's kind of fading away from that. They seem to be kind of... well, I shouldn't just say them. Every company seems to be backing off a little bit from that and actually spreading out to allow other companies their exclusives, which to me is nuts. I mean... Kudos to the companies, because then that means that I can have almost any console and play about any game. Example right now is I've been seeing that Gears of War is going to be coming out for the PS5 soon. That's insane. It's going to be a crazy day if I see Halo being played on a PlayStation, because there's just it just doesn't feel real to me. Growing up with the console wars, each console had their exclusives, and they held on tightly to those. I think Nintendo nowadays is about the only one that's really just not letting go of like Mario and stuff like that. They are really holding on to that, and as they should for the most part. I think for them in general, it's up to them, but I mean, that'd be the crazy part. I guess a few years back when Sonic and Mario were just showing up in games together, that blew a lot of people's minds too, because growing up in the 90s and everything like that, seeing Sega against Nintendo all the time was crazy too. But I personally love the PS5. I do have a PS5, a Switch, and an Xbox Series X, and obviously a PC that I'm recording on now. Each console themselves have their perks and they have their disadvantages, but I do find that I seem to be playing my PS5 a lot more. I actually personally thought about putting my Xbox Series X up in the living room, because when I'm on day shift, I don't play as many games down here because I have other stuff going on. Maybe I'll play a little bit more if I have it up top there. But the PS5 gets the most use, and I enjoy that each month they offer free games. I just mentioned Liza P, and that is actually the free game this month, one of the free games this month. So it's been amazing time. I've been wanting to play this forever. And the fact that I can play it for free from just having the PlayStation Network membership, which you need to play online anyways, it's great to be able to play this. So I'm completely blown away by this. And I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. Is this been something that you guys have seen coming? I know I had predictions that at one point Xbox was going to stop selling games for the most part and really just focus on Game Pass. And I even had the idea, somebody had mentioned it to me, and it kind of got me in my head that they will actually try to branch out Game Pass to the rest of the consoles, and instead of having their own consoles anymore, they're just going to focus on purely putting Game Pass as a subscription pass to most games, you know, whether it be PC. Obviously, we have Game Pass on PC right now, but if they can branch it out to Sony, which, let's face it, if they got Gears of War coming to Sony, it shouldn't be long before we have Game Pass, because I know a lot of people, especially me, besides having the option to play PS3, PS2, PS1 era games, I don't feel the need to spend a bunch of extra money on the other memberships for PlayStation. I don't know, that just might be me, but it might also be just because I already have a huge digital library from free games in the past. But I don't know, I just haven't spent as much money on the memberships, and it would be kind of interesting to see Game Pass, or more Game Pass like substance, I don't even know if I said the right word, come to Sony. And same with Nintendo. Now the Switch has options. If you pay for the memberships, you know, you get the N64 games, GameCube games, Game Boy games, Nintendo, Super Nintendo. You have the option to play those for free and stuff like that. Well, not necessarily free, because you're paying for the membership. But I mean, I guess everyone has their options now. I just feel like Game Pass is a bit of a stronger option, especially when you have games that are released on launch and then become available on Game Pass. It's really cool. Games like Oblivion and like even the new Doom and stuff like that, they were brought immediately to Game Pass, which was awesome to have. So I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. Another quick video today, just kind of talking about this. I mean, this poll, that's nuts. So that means it was 43% chose PS5. So out of 222 votes, you know, that was practically 100 people chose PS5 is what their go-to console is for this era. So it might just be because my demographics pretty much like 25 to 40 year olds, so maybe it's more popular that way. But it's nuts to see, guys. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, stay retro, my friends. We'll see you in the next video. God bless, guys.
Thank you.